Let's talk Unimatic. So, turns out I'm actually a fan of Unimatic, and it's partly because of Exquisite Timepieces, if I'm completely honest. They actually sent over this one a while ago. They're an authorized dealer for Unimatic, and this is a limited edition of only 100 that is a collaboration with Unimatic and Exquisite Timepieces. This is, something that they have their name on. It's pretty dang cool, and it stuck with me in my collection since it came out. Then, not that long ago, I picked up this one, which is a Revolution Unimatic. So you can see I'm kind of a fan of Unimatic. So when I asked Exquisite Timepieces to send over this new release from Unimatic, they sent it over because, like I said, they're an authorized dealer for Unimatic, and we have a working relationship together. So this new one is the first 500-meter dive watch from Unimatic. So they kind of upped the game. And I'll show you some differences of why it can meet the 500-meter water depth rating. But before we do that, let's zoom in a little bit and take a look at this watch a little closer and talk dimensions. So case on this one, I measure the case itself at about 41 millimeter. The case, or the bezel rather, is about 41.5. It just overhangs just a little bit there. That's a cool crystal. The lug-to-lug, 48.5 millimeter drilled lugs. Really nice finishing on this guy. It's 14 millimeter thick. Like I said, you have that massive chamfer and a slightly double dome sapphire crystal. I believe that chamfer is partly because this crystal is probably thicker, and I'll show you that. Because those ones back there are 300 meter, this one's 500 meter water depth rating. And in order to do that, you have to do a few things. The crystal's one. You got to go a little bit thicker, and they did. You have 22 millimeter lug width here, and then you have a massive 8 millimeter oversized crown. Also part of the water lock on this thing, the crown and tube assembly has been updated to provide better water resistance through that portal, because if that's a hole in the case. There's one up top, one on the back, and one on the side. You got to plug those holes, right? So they plugged it a little bit better on the side there. That's how they get it. This one's called the Unimatic Modello, which is the #1 beer right now in the U.S. too. Also a good beer. This is a different Modello. This is the U1S-PD5, and then there's a PD3. I think the 3 is just like a blue colorway, where this one's more of a matte black for the dial and bezel insert. The other thing that Unimatic did on this one is they loomed out the bezel. So that's something they haven't really done before. And so this is milled out, and then they filled it in with loom. Inside this is an automatic movement. It is the Sellita SW200. Unimatic is an Italian company, so these are technically Italian watches, but you can see on the back there. This is number 12 of 500, made in Italy, Modello. It's hard to read because that sticker's on there. And then some Italian stuff I can't read. But if you can, knock yourself out. Go for it. Really nice strap as well on this guy. Just one oversized floating keeper. Nice hardware. 120 click bezel. You can see that sharp coin edge on there. Very smooth action all the way around. Consistent. And lines up good. We have a dual tone loom application on this, and I'll show you that when we do the loom shot at the end. However, I did check the loom earlier, and it wasn't super potent. But none of the Unimatics seem like they are to me. They're adequate, but they're not super bright. They're not like Seikos or anything like that. If you want Seiko bright, then get a Seiko. That would be my best advice to you. But if you want a very good-looking, modern-looking diver, then I would say pick up one of these Unimatics. I mean, I bought 2. I could see actually picking up another one potentially. I think they just look good. I don't know how else to say it. They just look good. and they wear great on wrist. I do prefer the Swiss Movement ones, though, mostly because the cases are thinner on the Sellita Swiss Movement ones. You can get, I don't know if Exquisite has them or not, I think they do, but you can get some that are less expensive, but they have a Japanese movement in it. So if we show it next to this guy here, you can see that it's essentially the same case, but the real difference is that crystal. You know what, we should probably zoom in to look at that crystal. So you can see on the 500 meter one here that I'm showing you, the crystal is much thicker, it protrudes above, and this one just slightly above, whereas this one is more so. Which is adding to the overall thickness of the watch, but you don't really feel it on wrist. You know what I mean? It feels more like just a standard like these, and these are pretty thin, really. I put them on different straps, those ones back there, but this strap here is plenty good. All right, let's give it a quick blast with the UV light. I'll try to charge it up plenty so we can hopefully pick it up on camera better. Let's turn off the studio lights. And there you go. Oh yeah, I got a good charge on that one. I couldn't get it that good before, I don't know why. I think the battery was low on my UV light. So you have that beautiful blue on the bezel and the minute hand, like a diver should be. You got to tie those two together, right? Here's the lume on the Exquisite timepiece one. Very cool. I guess. And then that orange lume, that's going to fade away a little bit quicker. I think it's just that formula. But it is still really cool to have the two-tone color application. Thanks for watching, and a big thanks to Exquisite Timepieces. Link in the description. Tell them I sent you. I'll talk to you later.